Sonic's entire design and concept was not created by Sega. It was stolen. I am the Sega Scourge, the Sonic Theorist.
Sonic Theorist.
This is the video I never wanted to make. Something I'd been purposely and intentionally avoiding. It's also been part of the reason for my absence from YouTube for some time, as I wasn't even sure how I could begin to approach it. But in all good conscience, I can't put it off forever. You guys need to know the truth. This barely even qualifies as a theory, to be honest. More a public announcement. Little Theorist won't be joining me for this one. This is something I've got to do myself, so strap in, and let me explain where it all started. Last year, around mid-December, I received an email from an individual claiming to have been previously employed by Sega of Japan. The individual, who I will disclose was male, says he had been interning as part of a production team led by artist Naoto Oshima in May of 1990. To help flesh out Sega's upcoming mascot character and game of the same name, Sonic the Hedgehog. I know what you're all thinking, because I thought the same thing. At first, I believed this email to be some kind of crude prank or fallacious story, but I was wrong. This was not the case. Before I continue, I'll state now that for confidentiality reasons, I will not be revealing any personal information about this informant of mine, the person behind the email, including anything else detrimental to their privacy. All I can say is that this individual produced various pieces of hard evidence to their identity and former position, including visual documentation and much, much more. I can assure you, after looking into this person's background through certain sources of my own, I can vouch for their credibility. Hard as it is to believe, they're the real deal. I was stunned. More so as to why a former Sega of Japan rep was contacting me of all people in the first place. This individual was, in the plainest term, very eager to speak with me, and from that initial interaction alone, I quickly arranged a video call in the days following. This individual, who I can confirm was indeed of Japanese ethnicity, spoke to me in very good, clear and fluent English, detailing something of reasonable urgency that they wished me to quote-unquote air online. After further talk, the topics of which I can't disclose, he then requested to have something sent to my private address. Not a PO box, work address, no, my private address, for the sake of what he, in his own words, called certainty and scrutiny. After the conversation, and to this day, I never heard nor spoke to this person again. Not for lack of trying to contact them, believe me. But nearly a month and a half later after the initial talk, I received a package. What was contained within was a letter, a DVD in a blank jewel case, as well as 2 printouts. The letter neatly detailed more specific information regarding the very brief Skype conversation a month prior, specifically concerning the reasons for why I was contacted to start with. The truth of how Sonic the Hedgehog was conceptualized and designed. Most, if not all, lines of the letter making reference to the enclosed DVD, which was described to me as some kind of commercial media from 1957. And the very thing, quote, Sega doesn't want people to see. What you're about to view is the contents of that DVD, a video file converted from real to digital, showing a Japan-exclusive commercial that aired in the Kanto region for a 2-month period in the spring of 1957. I have provided subtitles for the narrative of the ad. It goes as follows.
グリーンホグできます。行くぞ。急いでグリーンホグ。早く。かっこいい。早く綺麗にする。完全に綺麗に。ちょっとぜひまっすぐ。
Audioshi.
Besides the subtitling, the footage you've just seen has not been edited or tampered with in any way. What you're looking at is real. It's completely unbelievable. Cho hayai gurimo hogu. In English, roughly translating to the super fast gleam hog. Supposedly a mascot character used to promote an old toothpaste product by the name of Supido Kagayaku, meaning speedy gleam. The commercial was the work of a team of commissioned designers, animators, voice actors, etc. working for SonidaRH, meaning Blue Quantum, the owners of the Speedy Gleam brand and products. The Wikipedia page for the company confirms this, as well as further details. According to the very few pieces of online information surrounding the company, they were first established in 1946, towards the end of World War II. The company initially contributed to the war effort, apparently manufacturing military-use grease for machinery and mechanical parts. Sometime after the war had ended, their competitors began branching into home appliances and cloned store-brand products. So in response to this, Blue Quantum began manufacturing their own home commodities. Among this produce was toothpaste, made using the same tin tubes the company used for their grease years prior, in efforts to save on production costs. The toothpaste proved to be the most highly successful among their product lineup, and so, a large sum of their funding went into the production of advertising media for their merchandise, the most costly and upscaled advertising campaign being the commercial for their toothpaste, Speedy Gleam, featuring their very own mascot character, the Gleam Hog. Unfortunately, despite this, the company filed for bankruptcy soon after, and the ad was never seen or heard of again. This is honestly the most I can tell you. The trail wears incredibly thin after that. What you've heard is the most I could find. But the point of this video still stands. As you can see here, the Gleam Hog looks astoundingly, well, who am I kidding, pretty much exactly like Sonic the Hedgehog, minus a few differences in apparel. That much is undeniable, even down to the character's trademark super speed. I am truly shocked and nearby appalled at the thought that the people of Sega may indeed have undergone such a grand yet blatant act of plagiarism during Sonic's creation, and the realization that this fact has gone undisclosed for all these years is even further abhorrent. And I'd like it to be known that I'll be passing this information over to Sonic news outlets like TSSZ, Sonic News Channel and Tails Channel News, Sonic Stadium and so on as soon as I can. I truly hate playing whistleblower or whatever exactly this is, this Gleam Hog, Speedy Gleam fiasco or whatever, but I just feel like people needed and deserved to know. Where this leaves me as a Sonic tuber per se is something I'll have to determine. In truth, this revelation has changed my outlook and opinion on the Sonic franchise, Sonic Team and Sega themselves in all sorts of negative ways. The discovery that one of my favorite video game developers may have been hiding such a dirty secret all this time is something I can't shake from my mind. And I'm sorry, but I just can't support a company whose entire success may be based on falsification and fraud. Until counteracting evidence is presented or the facts change in some way, I think this may be the end of my time in the Sonic community, and as the Sonic Theorist. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. I've been the Sega Scourge, the Sonic Theorist. Thank you.